Great to see you here. This is another video offered to you by the Ceuster Academy. Those of you who watch at this video or this channel for the first time, do not forget to subscribe and click on the bell button so that whenever we have a new video coming out, you will be warned about it. You will get a short message saying the Ceuster Academy has a new video. In this video, I will talk to you about time value of money. I will talk about the initial investment and the cash flow that is created whenever we have a project or an investment that we are doing. In business, it's very important to understand what is happening with our investments. And once we have an investment that is ongoing or that we are planning, we have to identify, is this a good investment or not? Now, one of the things that we have to consider is, first of all, what is our initial investment? We have money that we spend, that we budget to create a new product, to create a new service, to invest in bonds or in other items. There are different investments that are possible. And of course, that initial investment has to be the origin of some profit. We do not want to invest without having a profit. What is happening the moment we invest? The moment we invest, we expect cash flows. We developed a new product or a new service. The moment that we present it to the public, that we do marketing, that we are selling it, we see that we get incoming cash flows. Now, in the beginning, a cash flow can be negative because we are still having too high costs compared to the revenue. But normally, if we have a good project, the cash flows will become positive and hopefully increasing. Now, they increase over a certain time, but when the product or the service reaches maturity, we see that those cash flows are diminishing. Now, the first thing that we have to look at is, what do we find as items over time? Here you see a time scale. T0 is the moment we start with the investment, and Tn is the end time, the end of the lifespan of the investment that we did. We have a new telephone. Well, let's assume that over 5 years, that new telephone is obsolete. We have to have a new telephone. So we have to see what is happening over that lifespan. Some projects may, or some ventures may have a very long lifespan. Everything depends on the case that you are considering. At the moment T0, I have that initial investment. It's a negative value. And for all the calculations that we are doing, the investment itself is a negative value. But what is happening once we have that investment ongoing, we are creating cash flows. And like I said, they may be positive or negative, all depends on the actual situation. We expect or we hope that those cash flows are high enough to create a good investment. These are the things that we are evaluating during a business case. We want to know what will be the initial investment and what are the expected cash flows over time. And based on these elements, we can calculate the efficiency of our investment. The items that we are looking at those investments, we have to consider that all those cash flows are happening in the future. T0 is the moment now, the moment that, for example, we finished our project, all the work has been completed, we invest in some other venture, we buy some stock or bonds, and that's the moment that we start calculating the efficiency of our investment. The future cash flows are in fact occurring later, and we also know that we have what we call the time value of money. $100 today has a different value as $100 in 5 years. And it's very important that we want to calculate, determine what is the value of those cash flows, those future cash flows. What is that value today? And that's part of the videos that we will be talking about. It's about the time value of money. And finally, we will find financial parameters that will help us evaluate our venture. And when we look at a project, we want to evaluate how our project is doing. This is the beginning. This is the start of a series. I hope you like the topic. It's an important topic. We all need finance, not only in business, but I'm sure that many of the concepts we will be talking about will be very interesting for you too. One of the elements I will be presenting is, for example, the payment of a loan, of a mortgage. You want to buy a house? Well, these elements that you have here will help you understand what the people in the bank are telling you, and you may do the calculations faster than them. Just a little effort to understand what's happening, and you will be the master of your finances. This was everything for this first video. Do not forget to subscribe if you like us, like the video. You can send in comments and questions, specific items that we can talk about in later videos. I hope you liked this first video about finance and the time value of money. And let's meet again, and bye-bye.